phones going on here all at once. So if I forget something, uh, forgive me because it's my first time using two phones at one time. All right, you guys ready for this? Here we go. All right, here we go. And okay, very good, very good. Okay, so we're going to talk today about how to transform your performance, the Get Hard system strategy to restore function in as early as 5 days, completely drug free and non surgical. And if you have any questions, you can type it in the comment, and my team will monitor that and let me know so I can see it on here in StreamYard. Um, all right, let's go. All right, so I'm Dr. Ann Trung, and why should you listen to me? I'm a board certified medical doctor. I've been a doctor for now 26 years. I've treated over 7,000 men with ED. I've been a national medical contributor with national TV such as OANN, and I've been interviewed on CNBC, Fox, and Bravo. I talk all over the world on sexual health, and I teach doctors on sexual health. And in January, I'll be writing a chapter in a big medical publishing company about sexual health. So I'm also the best-selling author of Erectile Dysfunction Fix on Amazon. And my goal for this web class today is that the safest and fastest way for you to regain your sex life is through the six system reset, which we'll talk about today. And that the effective and natural way to repair your sex life is with the Get Hard system. So, who is this for? This is for men who want to restore their sex life and partners who want to help their men restore their sex life. So, you're thinking to yourself, does this really work? Right? Well, I tell you, it worked for over 7,000 men. And you can see on the slide here with Blaine, he said he's 50 years old. He's had ED for a few years. He tried Cialis and Viagra. It didn't work very well. And then he came to see me to get the treatment, and it was extraordinary. About a week later, the girth, the width, and the height just grew up, and it just changed my life. I highly recommend it. It's just amazing. I feel like I'm 20 again. But I have to give you a disclaimer. This is for those that follow the protocol to the T and is putting in the work to restore their sex life. And there are no shortcuts, and there are no sneaky or misleading methods. And remember, your ED didn't occur overnight, but it takes years to where you are right now. And it's going to take some time for it to get back to normal. So thank you for joining me today. Turn off all your distraction, close your social media, set your phone aside, get some pen and paper, and take notes. And I will honor your time. So you, first of all, you are in the right place. Thank you for joining me tonight. And you are in the right place. That I know you've been struggling with ED, and this is probably why. Because you've been forced to do it the hard way. It is not your fault. You've been trying to figure it out yourself. No one tells you what to do. No one gives you the book on what to do. And you have to Google it out yourself. It's hard, right? You have to read and research. And there's a lot of misinformation out there on Google. And then when you go on Google, the first thing you find out is that, hey, you have ED? Take this ED medication. Let's go on this online dispensary, right? And that, I mean, how would you know what else to do? And you fall into the trap of taking medication. Well, then you take the medication and you tolerate the side effects, right? The headache, the blue vision, the nose congestion, the back pain. And then you try other treatment that you see on the internet, this shockwave there, this supplement here, this treatment here, that is touted to work, but it doesn't work. And you end up wasting your time and spending time on wasting your money as well too. And it's frustrating. I know. I've heard it and I've seen it. I've seen it, and I hear you all. So what is it like living with ED? All right, here we go. My slides decide not to work. Here we go. What is it like living with ED, right? It is. It's really not your fault. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it's confusing and misleading. And I know sometimes it's a private matter. It's not. You're not going to talk to your partner, and you're certainly not going to talk to your friend about it, right? And it's a private matter, and the internet is more discreet. And sometimes it's just probably better than going to see a doctor because sometimes doctors are uncomfortable talking about it as well too. And big pharma wants you to take the medication. Remember, it's not your fault. Everybody wants you to take a medication because you know what? They want you to be sick. Because you want, when you're sick, you get medication, you go to the hospital, and they want you to get penile replacement surgery. Because the algorithm now is you fail medication. Well, next is let's get a penile implant. You know, they treat it as if it's like getting your teeth pulled. And the pharma and the hospital don't want you to restore your erection either, right? They just want you to take a medicine and do the surgery because there's money to be had if that happens. So think about this. What does ED cost you? Decrease self-esteem and confidence? Think about that because I know it does. Your relationship? How is your relationship now? Is it good or is it somewhat strained and stressed? Anxiety and depression? Are you stressed? Is every time you think about the bedroom or your performance, you're getting stressed out and you're gonna thinking, oh my God, is it gonna work this time? And you're getting frustrated because you get firm and then you lose it, or you get firm in the heat of the moment and then there it goes. What conversation can you have with that? And your health, because you know that 67% of men had ED have a heart attack in 7 to 10 years. So what is ED? ED is defined as the persistent inability to achieve or maintain penile erection sufficient for satisfactory sexual performance. It is a broad definition. So it's inability to achieve sufficient satisfaction. So that means that you can still have an erection and still have ED. So it spans from taking longer for you to get an erection, or you get an erection and you lose firmness, and then you get firmness again, and it even include orgasm or even ejaculation as well, because satisfactory sexual performance, and all the way to total impotent. Uh, so let me tell you my story and why I'm so passionate about this subject. Well, this is my husband, Val, and he and I have been married now for 30 years. I know we don't look like it, right? But we've been married for 30 years and we have two beautiful children. However, a few years ago, he was taking heart medication. He does have some heart issues, and he was noticing that he was not as firm as he used to be. And yes, sometimes he would lose it in the moment. And one day I came home from work and I go into the house, and I see, when the moment I walk into the house, I see him sitting there on the couch, totally staring into space. And I came up to him and I said, "What's the matter?" And he said to me, "I think you should leave me. I don't think you should stay with me because I am not the man you marry. I'm not the person you used to be. I just don't feel like myself. You should leave me." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said he just doesn't feel that when he's not able to perform sexually, that he is not my protector and my husband anymore. And it means a lot for him to be like that. And I held his face and I said, "Listen, we are going to work through this together. It's important to you, it's important to me, and we're going to walk through hell and fire. And we're going to go through this together. We're going to navigate ED together. We're going to get you out of this together. And I know that he cannot take medication because he was on heart medication. And we're going to get through this naturally. I'm going to find a solution for this. And that's how I dive into research about ED and what it is, and trying to look at the root cause of what causes ED. And what I found out was that ED is really mainly a blood flow problem. That's why the sexual organ is not firm enough. And then I luckily at that time I was also doing stem cell therapy for joints. And I knew that it was effective for joint because it decreased inflammation and it restored function. But what it also did was restore blood flow. So I'm thinking, well, you know what? Now that I know that ED come from decreased blood flow, well, I'm going to use stem cell that as a way to restore um, a function again, sexual function again, and other modalities that I use, such as shockwave and hormone. And my husband was the first patient I tried this on, and Lord and behold, within 3 weeks, he was able to function again, was able to have firmness again. Then I started using it on my brother-in-law. I started using it on my brothers. Yes. And I'm like, and they started getting function again. And then I started using on my patients, and I started to see the functioning, and it worked. And then I started training other doctors on how to do this, and they had success with their patient as well. And it have proven to me that this really work at treating the cause of ED. And that's why I'm on a mission to share this experience and this remarkable transformation. Because I know when ED happened, right? I know a man feels shock. He feels fear because it's like, am I going to get this back? Am I going to be stuck with this? This is something that I've taken for granted since I was, in puberty. And now it's not working anymore. You feel as if part of your body is just not right. You don't feel like you're the same anymore. I know, I hear the fear, I see it. And I know that sometimes you feel bad. You feel like, are you being punished or you do something wrong? And then sometimes you feel ashamed to even bring it up to maybe your partner, or to even admit that you may even have, or maybe you thought it was just temporary, but it keep reoccurring. And then the disbelief that happened, right? And I hear from my patient, I hear from my husband, the disbelief that this is really happening. And some of my patients even feel like, it could be suicidal if they have to live with ED for the rest of their life. So what's that like living with ED? No morning wood, not getting it up when your partner is trying her best to stimulate you, and then you just not firm enough. And then there's guilt from her, there's guilt from you, and then disappointment that you guys can't get it on, right? And then you can't get it up, and then staying up, and then you get frustrated, and you don't know when it's gonna, and when you're able to be able to get it up again. And living with ED, you're looking at it while you're asleep, while you should be having fun, but you're not. What's it like living with ED? Loss of confidence, whether you can perform or not, the anxiety and the feeling, whether you can perform or not, your relationship is strained because your wife feels or your partner feels that maybe it's her fault that the situations like this. Yes, oftentimes the partner blame themselves for your ED, and also fear of losing your partner. I have many of my patients come to see me because they feel that if they don't get their ED fixed, their wife or their partner is not gonna be able to um, be in the relationship. And you have to deal with the ED medication. There's a lot of bad side effects, such as stuffy nose, blurry vision, and blue vision, and headaches, and dizziness, as well as permanent visual and hearing problem. And then I know you try other treatment and it didn't work, and now you don't know who to trust. So my promise to you is this: with my Get Hard system treatment. Listen loud and clear. You will never feel fear, fear whether you're gonna be have ED the rest of your life, or fear of maybe being alone. You will feel love and you will feel hopeful again. You will never feel like low self-confidence, right? When you're in the bedroom, or just low self-confidence in general, whether you're the man you used to be. And you will feel confident, you will feel relief that if you need to perform sexually, you are able to, and you never have to worry about it again. You will never feel frustrated. Frustrated when you're in the heat of the moment, you lose it, and you're just frustrated because you're really attracted to your partner, your wife, and you just don't know whether it's going to work. But with the treatment, you will feel happy and satisfied that you will be able to do it. So what is the life that you want? You want to better and change your life, or you want to have the same ED life that you have at this point? So this is Terrence. He said, I have problems getting and maintaining an erection. It causes problems in my relationship. After 1 to 2 weeks of treatment, I started noticing the difference. So at the end, I'm going to make you a very special offer that will give you everything you need to get your sex life back in as little as 5 days. Imagine what this would feel like to have this life. Let me tell you the 3 secrets of getting hard again. Secret number 1, how to overcome ED. Secret number 2, how to gain performance confidence in as little as 5 days. Secret number 3, how to be satisfied with your sex life. All right, secret number 1, how to overcome ED. You guys ready for this? All right, take notes. The easy and the most effective and fastest method to fix ED in the shortest amount of time is the Get Hard system to restore your sexual function. And how is that? Because you have to understand that in order for you to treat the cause of your ED, you got to treat the sick system that create an erection. The sick system is the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, the blood vessels, and the muscle. These are the 6 systems that work in harmony, in synchrony, in order for you to get an erection. It is a beautiful piece of physiological function that takes probably 10 seconds to a few minutes for it to go from the brain all the way to your penis to create an erection. And you take it for granted, but it is an exact synchrony. And when the way to treat ED is to treat the body from the inside out, not from the outside in, and certainly not with a medication. And I'll tell you why. The Get Hard system is going to give you firm erection for intercourse again. Going to be able to maintain erection to finish. Be able to have spontaneous erection or morning wood, and have the confidence that you can do it. To be the man and the protector again. Wouldn't that be great? The truth is, your body wants to have an erection without ED pills. In fact, when you try to have an erection with ED pill, you're messing up Mother Nature. And your body is wired to get an erection without ED pills. All right? You don't want to force that erection with the pills. And that the truth is, you can restore your sex life even if ED pills do not work anymore. So why is ED so common? Let's backtrack. Why is it so common? It's so common because why? Well, first of all, in order for you to get an erection, your mind, your brain, your mind, and your penis has to be relaxed, or else have you cannot have the engorgement of the penis for the erection. It has to be relaxed. And that I mentioned before that it takes six systems in order for it to work in synchrony and in balance to create an erection. And so when there are six systems, six steps to create an erection, if one step is not working well, it's going to screw up the whole system. That's why ED is so common, because it only take one player out of six to not be working correctly, and the whole system will collapse. And believe it or not, your brain is the largest sexual organ, not your penis. In order for you to get an erection, your brain has to be relaxed. It has to be in the moment. It has to be aroused, or else nothing will pass but below the neck at all. So men with ED, so a study that was done in 1994 revealed that men between the age of 40 to 70 years old, 50% have ED. So in 1994, that equal to 30 million men living with ED. Now that's almost 30 years ago. And there haven't been a recent study since 1994, and I suspect that now it's probably 60 million, and we haven't even thought about COVID yet. So COVID is an inflammation of blood vessels, and that's gonna contribute to ED as well too. We know that the cause of ED is that 90% of ED is physical. That's due to poor blood flow to the penis, and 10% is due to psychological, such as anxiety, depression, trauma. And what I'm showing you in this picture is that ED can occur in both these men, the guy without the six pack, and on the right, the guy with the six pack. So that not ED occurs from the inside out. And though one guy, both this picture, one guy looks more fit than the other, both of them have ED. The Get Hard system, my system, is a six system reset that treat the root cause of ED, which is poor blood flow. And when you treat poor blood flow, and you start with the brain, the emotion, the hormone, you reset the nerve, you reset the blood vessels, and you reset the muscle. That's how you're going to treat the cause of ED, the root cause. And that with the Get Heart system, what does it do? What is it? It restored it again. It restored it to work again. It restored the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, the blood vessels, and the muscles. With the Get Heart system, with the treatment, you have the courage that you can do it, that you can please your partner, that you feel the love when between the two of you, that you're not stressed about every time you try to have sex. You worry whether it's gonna work this time or not, and you will have amazing sex again, an orgasm, and even ejaculation. And this is Ned. Ned is 80 years old. This is 7 years ago. And he said life begins at 80. After the treatment with the Get Hard system, he said he wants to go on and want to do it all with sex as often as I can, which is for me and my girlfriend. We do it 3 to 5 times a week. Yes, at 80 years old, he's having sex 3 to 5 times a week. And if you're not like Ed, and you're under 80 years old, and you're not doing that 3 to 5 times a week, you're under par. All right. All right. It's Terry. Terry said, after the treatment, I went from before the treatment, I went from a state of being devastated to being a state of ecstatic with the treatment. Can you see yourself like Terry and like Ed? Isn't that awesome to feel that way? To feel that you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to think about it. Secret number two, how to gain performance confidence in as little as 5 days. Cialis and Viagra are synthetic, and it is not natural, which means it do not belong in your erection response. Remember when I tell you it takes six systems sixth system for you to get an erection? Well, none of it. The sixth system does not involve getting Viagra. So what happened when you take Viagra? First of all, remember when in order for you to get an erection, your brain and your penis have to be relaxed. So what happened when you take Viagra? It doesn't involve the brain because it does not Viagra does not help with your libido. It does not help with being aroused at all. What happened when you take Viagra? Your emotion. It does not help you feel relaxed. It doesn't help you out of anxiety or depression. Viagra doesn't help with hormones. If you have low hormones, it doesn't increase hormone. Viagra doesn't help your nerve and your penis function better either. And certainly, Viagra doesn't help with blood vessels either. As well, it does not open blood vessels. The only thing that Viagra does is that it relaxes the penis muscle, and therefore it does help with erection in that point. But it only helps the muscle. It totally ignored the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, and the blood vessel. So it only helped one out of the six systems. That's why Viagra doesn't work all the time. And after a while, it doesn't work because it's only looking at one system out of six systems. So when you take Viagra, you give away your manhood. You essentially say, ED medication, you just do all the work for me, right? And that's why it only works 70% of the time. And after a while, it just does not work, right? And I said it doesn't increase your libido. It certainly does not increase blood flow, which is the cause of ED. So taking Viagra is almost like taking pain medicine. And then after a while, you develop the tolerance to the medication, and you oh my, I just right, I just got kicked out of TikTok. I just got out of TikTok live. Anyway, it does not it does not increase your libido, and it does not work if there are blood flow restrictions, and you develop a tolerance to the medication or you up the dose. And you think about this: does your ED goes away when you stop taking it? And remember, taking Viagra is like it's like a band-aid for your ED. It's a crutch. It's an addiction. So the easy way and the most effective way and the fastest method to fix your ED in the shortest amount of time is the Get Hard system. That's how you restore function again. And this is Juan. Juan says the erection I have is amazing now after the Get Hard treatment. I haven't had much like this since I was 25, and now I'm almost 40. This is Michael. After the treatment, I am firmer, I last longer, and my wife notices the difference. I can last up to 20 minutes, and my sex life is a lot more satisfying. I'm very happy now how my life is going right now. So you need to follow what worked. If you want to achieve the result, you only need to find the person and the method that is proven to work on others. The Get Hard system has worked over 7,000 men with ED with no side effects. Now let's get on to secret number 3: how to feel satisfied with your performance. Do you feel frustrated when you lose it during sex? Well, ED is like it's like a penis attack, which is like a heart attack. Think of it; they're both the same. ED means that you're not getting enough blood flow to the muscle. That's what a heart attack is. A heart attack means that you're not getting enough blood flow to the heart, so the heart muscle starts to die. So you should treat ED like a heart attack. Well, when you have chest pain, would you go on Google and try to find a medicine for it? Because you have chest pain, you go to the ER, right? Well, same thing with ED. When you know it's not functioning well, first thing you should do is to go see the doctor and get blood work and get evaluated. With the Get Hard system, we do that. We treat the root cause of the problem. We reset the sixth system. All right, and this is Bobby. Bobby said, I had ED for 3 years, and Dr. Tron gave me shockwave treatment and the P shot, which is our stem cell, and I and my wife are very pleased with the result. It's Barry. He said Dr. Trump treatment was very effective after the first injection and a few shots. I was able to maintain erection and ejaculate. Barry wasn't able to ejaculate, and that was his main problem. So, what's the three secrets of getting hard again? Do you think this will work for you? Secret number one: how to overcome ED. Secret number two is how to gain performance confidence in as little as 5 days. Secret number three: how to feel satisfied with your performance. Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question really quick. I know you feel like this. You feel like, oh my God, all the information I have given you all this time. It feels like I've been throwing a water hose at you, and I hope that you learned something from what I've said. I want you to start thinking about what you're doing. I want you to start thinking about what can you do to change your life. Remember, treat it's the good thing is treating ED used to be hard, but not anymore with our Get Hard Six system. There's a new way, and that is the Get Hard system. It's a better way, and we treat and reset your whole body, not just your penis alone. The Get Hard system restored function again in addressing the sick system of the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, the blood vessel, and the muscles. We measure, we don't guess. We use validated research for treatment to reset your system. And with the Get Hard system, you can restore your sex life without medication in as little as 5 days. The Get Hard system worked for 7,000 men with ED, and you are wired to get an erection naturally. You just need to reset your body's sick system. So, who would this work for? It's that if you sometimes go soft in the middle of sex, ED medication don't work as well as it used to be. And it works for if you sometimes have trouble lasting long enough for climax, or your erection doesn't feel as hard as it used to be, or that you can't reach orgasm, or you sometimes have trouble getting an erection, or if you have performance anxiety, or you have premature ejaculation, or if you have prostate surgery and now you have ED, and even if you have ED for decades, and even if you're 80 years old, and even if you don't have morning wood. So when you have an ED free life, you're confident, you're happy, you're satisfied, you have passionate relationship, or you want to be continue doing the same thing you're doing and just make excuses. Continue to make excuses why you still have ED. You want to be like this guy, trying to be on a tightrope, trying to figure out your ED. You know what? Remember, ED requires six system to work in your body, and you can't figure it out. It's complex. Because you have a lot. It's a lot going on, and you try to figure it out like this guy. I don't know if you're going to be able to, because there are so many things you have to consider. I've been doing this for 26 years and I'm still learning new stuff every day. Or you want to be like this guy. He said, this is what he said. Anyone else basically give up on trying to fix their ED after finding nothing works for them? I have had ED for over 20 years and I'm now at that point. Just wondering if I'm alone and if there are others in my situation, how do you cope with it? So stop chasing that magic pill, that shiny object, that cure all. It does not exist. It does not work, because your erection comes from the inside, from your body, from the inside. You cannot take one thing that's going to cure all for you. You have to put in the work. And we have the blueprint for that with our Get Hard system. This is James. James says, I had ED for at least 15 years. I used Viagra and Cialis until it didn't work anymore. I tried everything out there. Nothing helped. I had a heart attack and then a stroke. He said, I wish I found Dr. Trong sooner. I could have avoided it. The stuff I learned with her, I wish I had known. I regret not seeing her sooner. Since I've been with Dr. Trung, I have hope of getting my life back. So when you have ED and you have a solution, it's a happy man. You're happy, and not only it's you, it's also your plus one, your partner. When you don't have ED, it equals less stress, less anxiety, less worry, equals confidence, and better passionate relationship. So what would an ED-free life mean for you? Not having to worry if you can get it up this time, not having to take ED pills and be spontaneous, get more sleep, get less stress. What would an ED free life mean for you? Put in the comment. I want to hear what you guys say. All right, Facebook and YouTube and now Instagram. I lost my TikTok live because they removed my access. What would ED free life mean for you? Put it in the comment. Have more confidence in your life, in your performance, waking up with morning wood, be hard and desperate for the toilet in the morning, have passionate relationship and not be alone. What would ED free life be for you? Filled with love and confidence and family and relationship. What does this really mean for you? I want you to think about that. The Get Hard system is everything you need to get restored again. It's a success path to cater to your needs. You don't have to figure it out anymore. We'll be there with you to give you the steps that you need to do. It's been tested and proven in 7,000 men, and it works in as little as 5 days. And you will be in a supported community of other men recovering from ED. You just have to trust the protocol and trust me. Imagine confident, happy, feeling grateful, feeling optimistic, feeling relieved, feeling like yourself again, like the man you used to be. So you can say, well, this is not the right time. Is this the right time for me or not? Well, when is the right time for you? How long do you want to suffer with ED? And how's your relationship? Is it suffering? Is the Get Hard system, you're thinking, is this for you? Is the Get Hard system for you? I completely understand your hesitation. Every person experience unique, and it's natural to question a solution. I know that has worked for over 7,000 men who initially had doubt and have now found relief and confidence after using it. So is it easy to get result? Our solution is designed to be user friendly and to simplify the journey towards an ED free life. And I'm here, and my team is here to help guide you every step of the way, like we did with 7,000 men. And then, like, are you motivated to get better? Well, are you satisfied with your life right now? Do you want to live a better life? Well, you have the power to change it. Well, this is a story from a wife with a husband with ED, and she said, "I feel like I'm stuck with being a roommate for the rest of my and my husband's life. He doesn't even want to try the new medication because it could have the same side effect. It's like he just gave up trying. We don't even make out or anything anymore. I'm sure he feels like why bother if it even because it won't lead to intercourse." This is another story from another wife. She said, "My relationship just ended because he just felt hopeless." So, what's stopping you? What are you afraid of in trying to make that change? And you're thinking, well, would this work? Well, it worked over 7,000 plus men with ED, even those that failed ED medication, even those with prostate cancer that had the surgery. Because why does it work? How does it work? It treats the cause of the problem. Remember the six system, and it resets the system again so that way it starts working. And you're thinking, well, is it worth it? Well, ED treatment is not covered by insurance. And we know that we tested this and we ensure its effectiveness. And it's validated by research. You can try cheaper alternative, However, cheaper may not have the same standard. In the long run, it could be more harmful and less effective. It may even cost you more. I have patients that come and see me that have tried cheaper alternative, and then they end up spending $5,000, $10,000 for treatment that doesn't work, and then they have to start over again by coming to see us. So it's an investment in your well-being, physically and emotionally. And ED affects your self-esteem, your relationship, and your life. Can you put a price tag on your happiness and the quality of your life? And there are payment options available. So I will guarantee you this, that trust is paramount, and that we guarantee that our reflection of our commitment to you and our confidence in our solution. So we're here to ensure you feel supported and secure in your choices. This is Tim. He said, after the treatment with the Botox, the P shot, I got a morning erection every single day as opposed to pretty much never. So you have to try a new opportunity to get her system to get a different result. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you will not get a different result. Like our patient right here. So my mission is to create a sexual revolution, and I want you to join me in this revolution because that I want to help you as men to regain your sexual independence again. So that way you can have sexual longevity and vitality without medication or surgery. And that way you can be happy and your partner can be happy, because I feel that you have been misunderstood, that you have been brainwashed in thinking that the only way to get out of ED is to take a medication, right? It's kind of like thinking that the only way to lose weight to take a medication. You take a medication, it will not work in the long run. So my passion is to help 1 million men achieve what I've achieved for over 7,000 men so far. I also promise you a new opportunity, and that opportunity is the Get Hard system to restore your sexual function. So what is that? What it's everything you need to get hard again, to get an ED-free life. The Get Hard system encompasses an app that will help you with the brain. Remember the system number one, the brain and the emotion. It's an app that will keep you on a good diet. It will remind you to exercise, to sleep, and to do meditation to calm down your emotion. And we will do blood work to look at the sixth system to see how it's functioning and how it is, if there is how it's functioning, what we can do to correct it. We also look at your hormones, and if you are low in hormones, we will supplement it. We also do focused shockwave, which is research to help for men with ED. How focused shockwave work is restore blood flow again. And this is how it does. It works topically on the penis. And then we also use your own stem cell, which come from your blood, which we then process it, and it is called platelet-rich plasma, or PRP. And what it does is that restore blood flow again. It restores blood vessels, and it turns stem cells into tissue. We also use Botox. Yes, Botox, the same one that goes for your face. But now the treatment of that into your penis, now it helps with relaxing the muscle, the same way that Viagra works. We also give you supplement that work, that help you heal. We give you a penis pump that help you exercise your penis, taking your penis to the gym. Also give you a good morning wood smoothie recipe that you drink every day. That's gonna help you restore your morning wood again. And you will have access to the Modern Man Club, which is my online coaching program to get men out of ED for natural solution. So how I can help you is that I have some time set this week for my team to speak to you about how you can apply the Get Her system to reset your sex life again. So why am I doing this? To help you out of ED, because I want you to be happy again, to get you focused on getting your performance fast, and that to give you a strategy how to make it happen. And if you want my help and we think it's a good fit, then we may invite you to become one of our new patients we take on. If we work together, will walk you through the program that is designed to get you result in as little as 5 days. Who will you speak with? You will speak with my patient ambassador who understand our process, who've been in the process and know what you are going through. So you have two options. Option number one is do nothing. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you will not get a different result. It just doesn't, it's not the natural law of physics. If you don't change something new, you're not going to get a new result. You can live with ED, live in fear, live in frustration, live with low confidence, stress, and maybe relationship strain, perhaps being alone. Look at Johnny. Johnny said, after I had prostate cancer and I had the surgery, I had ED. Viagra and Cialis were not working. I could not have sex with my wife. My wife went on vacation and she didn't come back home. She filed for divorce. Now I am by myself living with ED. You can have option number two. Choose to work with a board certified medical doctor who worked with over 7,000 men with ED with success. All you have to do is to follow the blueprint to sexual success. And we have that for you. So that way you can feel hopeful, happy, confident, and relieved, and never have to worry if you can get it up this time. So you deserve your best life and be happy. You deserve your best life and be happy. There is a way. Will you let ED dominate your life? So if you want to change your sex life, what I want you to do is to type in on your browser www.edfix.club on your browser right now and know that there is a solution to ED, and that is only one phone call away to my team. I want you to type in www.edfix.club to get on the phone to talk with my team to see how you can get out of ED. There is a way. All right, I want you to schedule a call. There is a QR code you can scan with your phone. It's only on YouTube. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do it on Instagram. And just know that your ED free life is only one phone call away. It is really that simple. You just need to take action because you have now. If you action and knowledge is create a powerful way to change your life. You do nothing, you're not going to get a different result. So I hope that you enjoyed this web class, that you take something out of this and know that I just want you to know that there is a solution to get out of ED, and that is up to you to um, decide what you want to do. All right. So uh, thank you for joining me on Instagram. I was on TikTok, but I got kicked out. And I'm on YouTube at this point. So I'll take a couple questions and then I respect your time. I know it's Thursday night football, and know a lot of you guys are enjoying it. But just know that follow my podcast. I just did an episode where I know it's football, and what do you eat for football? Wings and nachos and just French fries and pizza, right? And cookies and shakes. Well, those are all simple carbohydrates, and it elevates and it increases your blood sugar, and that's what's gonna cause decreased blood flow. When you have decreased blood flow, your erection is not going to be as firm. So football season is definitely not good if you imbibe too much of the bad food. Okay. So I'm going to take a couple of questions, and then we will call that a night. Okay. So I think there's a question from TikTok here, right? I see that right there. Okay. All right, team. So monitor, does anything on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube? So I have a question here. It says, I'm 65 years old and I have bad shrinkage. Right. So what that means is that if you have ED, then that means that you're not getting enough blood flow to the penis muscle. So when you don't have enough blood flow to the muscle, it is the muscle. It's like your bicep muscle. What happened? You don't go to the gym. You don't go to the gym. That muscle gets smaller, right? The same thing. The penis muscle it atrophy or it shrinks, and because it's not filling up with blood, it's not getting enough oxygen. All right. So when it's not getting enough oxygen, it shrinks, and then and also it also develop scar tissue on in the muscle. So that's why when you have ED, your muscle will it will feel like your penis is smaller than normal because it's not getting exercise. And there are ways to combat that. What can you do? You can use a penis pump. The penis pump will give you an erection. It gives you a negative pressure. It'll give you an erection. It's like taking your penis to the gym. You can use the penis pump. I see the penis pump as an essential for a guy to exercise his penis. It is not a sex toy. It is not taboo. It's now time to really talk about sexuality, guys, men and women, right? Because it's not something to be ashamed of, not something to put in the closet to be embarrassed to talk about. It's an integral part of our life, right? So I would suggest that whoever asked that question on TikTok before we got kicked out is to use a penis pump, and because the penis pump will actually prevent that shrinkage as well. And I have a video of one of our patients that says that when he uses the penis pump, he sees a 2-inch improvement in his girth as well as his length. So not only because when you use the peanut pump, it brings in blood and oxygen to your muscles, and that will help with the restoring it to feel healthy again. So I hope you hear this on YouTube. I know I got kicked out of TikTok, and France, maybe we can appeal for it at this time. All right. So another question is, does ED cure someone with diabetes and high blood pressure? No. Cure. I don't know what what you mean cure. It does. If you if you have ED, the high blood pressure and diabetes contribute to ED. So if you treat your ED, doesn't necessarily mean that you treat your high blood pressure or your diabetes, but diabetes and high blood pressure contribute to ED, and that because remember, ED is poor blood flow, and high blood pressure result in poor blood flow, and so is diabetes result in poor blood flow, and that's why those conditions cause ED. ED is not a disease. ED is a symptom of the disease, which is high blood pressure and diabetes. All right. Now, how do you um, treat diabetes, right? How do you treat diabetes? Well, you just have a better diet, eat less carb, exercise, and do intermittent fasting. I recommend a Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet is recommended by the American Diabetes Association to treat diabetes, as well as American Heart Association to help with heart disease as well too. And so I if you can access to that, or you can let us know, we can give you access to the Mediterranean diet as well. So I will see if there's I will see if you are any other question in this point at right now. And having said that, I appreciate your being here and attending tonight's session. And I got kicked out of TikTok, but I made it to Instagram. And having said that, I hope you have a great weekend. And check out if you need to get a phone call with our team to see if there's any ED free solution. Type in www.edfix.club. Take care.